Welcome back to another interesting tutorial. I'll be teaching you how to sew this simple shift kimono gown with elastic band at the back. It has a keyhole neckline. This dress is so beautiful and it has two side slits, as you can see right here. I'll be sharing with you the tips and tricks to making the elastic at the back. I decided to create my elastic this way, but if you want it the way it is on the original video, you can just run a stitch in between the elastic. I believe you understand. So the elastic will just go ahead and snatch the front waistline, and these are the slits, as you can see. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, I will encourage you to stay till the end of this tutorial to learn how this dress is made. Thank you. My fabric is John Koso. You can use crepe, you can use Duchess. I use 2 yards, 9 inches. My fabric is not up to 2.5 yards. Here is the 2 yards, 9 inches and the 60 inches length. Just go ahead and put them together like this. After putting it together, you are going to put it again on another fold, making it 4 folds. After that, I'm going to secure with my pins. Then I'm going to create a border line. The neck width is 3 inches and the neck depth is 1 inch for the back. I'll connect the neck depth for the back to the neck width of 3 inches this way. The neck depth for the front is 3 inches and I'll connect it to the 3 inches neck width. The keyhole, I marked 4.5 inches for the keyhole, 4.5. Then you are going to get the midpoint from that neckline to the 4.5. I will come in by 0.5 inches. I'll also come in by 0.5 inches on the neckline. Then connect with a straight line from the midpoint to the neckline. Then you connect with a curve to the 4.5 inches length. So this is the shape I want the keyhole to have. As you can see right there in the video and on the dress I made. Then on the shoulder line, you mark your shoulder divide by 2. The sleeve length is 8 inches, which is my bicep. And from that 8 inches, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder drop. I'll go ahead and connect from that 1 inch all the way to the neckline. Next, I'm going to keep my ruler straight on the sleeve line like this. And then I'm going to measure 10 inches. 10 inches is the sleeve opening. Then I'll go in from that point a little bit. On that point, you are going to use your hip divide by 4. Your hip divide by 4. Add 3 inches to it. I'll add 3 inches to it for ease and for seam allowance. Then measure whatever you have there in total. Take it all the way to the hemline and also measure the same. I got 15 inches, so I marked 15 inches on the hemline. To get a straight line, I also marked the 15 inches on the center, so I'll be able to draw my line from the hemline to the center, and then I'm going to take it all the way to the sleeve area. So this is just a straight line. From the hem to the sleeve area is a straight line. Now, if you look at what we have here, the kimono curve is so small. So I decided to add 1.5 inches more. 1.5 inches more. So if your hip is so big, that means you have a very small curve at that point. So just go ahead and add 1.5 inches. That will make your sleeve a little bit longer than your bicep line, but that is okay. Now, we are going to take the measurement of the belt, the back belt. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to measure my waistline. Shoulder to my waist is 17 inches, so I marked it there. So from that point I came up by 1.5 inch and come down by 1.5 inch. We are going to make a little extension of that belt, so you just mark it out like this. Next, we are going to take the length of that extension. The length of the elastic extension is 1 inch, so I marked 1 inch. So this is me marking the 1 inch and closing up the extension too. After that is done, we are going to also place our tape on the shoulder and measure the slit opening. The slit opening is exactly at my knee line. My knee line is 41 inches, so I just marked it at that point. We are done with the drafting of this dress. We'll go ahead to cut it now. On the shoulder line, add 0.5 inches. That is half an inch for stitching the shoulder line. Then I'll cut only the back neckline. We'll go over to the sleeve and we'll just cut the sleeve like this. I decided to also add half an inch for stitching the down part of my sleeve. After adding the half an inch, I continued cutting from there into the side of the dress. So I continued cutting from that point. So you can see how I'm cutting the belt extension. I just decided to add half an inch because we are going to stitch half an inch on that point for the belt. Once I got to the slit where I marked it, I made a notch. Then I continued to the end of the dress. After cutting, we are going to separate the front and the back dress, so we'll be able to cut out the front neckline. This is me separating front and back dress. Now we are going to cut out the front neckline. While cutting the front neckline, please don't cut the keyhole. I'm going to share with you the tips and tricks to getting this neckline not too wide. We'll go ahead to make a crease line on the center front dress. After making the crease line, go ahead and secure with your pins. Then we are going to turn this dress the other way because we just want to get exactly what we have on the other part. What I did is just to transfer the points to the other side, then mark half an inch, exactly what we did the other side. I'm repeating it on this side. So I'm going to use my ruler to connect straight at that point. Then I'm going to curve it into the length of the keyhole, 4.5 inches. Just exactly what I did the other way. I'm transferring it this other way. And you are going to see why we are doing this as you watch this tutorial. After that is done, next we are going to cut our facing. My facing width is 7 inches for the front and the length of my facing is 10 inches. You can also make the length of your facing 11 inches, but the width remains 7 inches. So I went ahead to cut out my facing right now. Now I'm going to place my front dress on the facing, making sure the folded part of the facing is also matching with the facing center front. After that, you are going to secure with your pins and we'll go ahead and cut out the neckline on the facing. I only cut the neckline, please don't cut the keyhole. Then you are going to also make a crease line on both of them. After that, I'm going to shape in my facing. So I took 4 inches like this, 4 inches, taking the shape of the neckline. Then when I got to the down part, I took 3.5 inches and took 3.5 inches on the midline. So I just made a curve to the facing like this, just giving it a shape. So you can go ahead and give your facing a little shape like this. Then I'll proceed to make a crease line at the center front. So that crease line is very, very important because that will serve as a guide for the stitching of the keyhole. I'm going to set the front facing and the front dress aside. Then we are going to cut the back piece. For the back piece, the width of my facing remains 7 inches, but you can take the length of the facing 5 inches or 4 inches. You are going to place the back neckline on the back facing, so we'll be able to trace it out accordingly. After tracing it out, I'm going to also shaping the back facing. I'll shaping it using 4 inches all around. That will give your facing a very fine look at the back. So I'll just proceed to cut it out right now the way I marked it. Next, we are going to open up the facing and place the fabric right side to right side of the facing. Secure with your pins. Then I'll go over to the machine and stitch 1/2 inch. After stitching, go ahead and make notches. This is to ease the neckline. I'll flip all my seams to the facing right now, top stitch, and also hem the facing. Back facing is ready right now. Then we are going to stitch the front facing. I want you to pay attention to see how the front facing will be stitched. You go ahead and open up the facing. You can see the crease line on the facing. Then make sure the crease line of the fabric is also matching together. You are going to place the facing right side to the main dress. Now you are going to pin the crease line. You can see how I'm crossing my pin. You place your pins across. Make sure you arrange the neckline very well. Secure with your pins very well. Then we go over to the machine to stitch. I just want to show you how I'm going to stitch this neckline. So I'm going to stitch it round. I'll take it from one end all the way to the other end. After I've gotten to the other end, then I'm going to sew across the keyhole as you see me do right here. Make sure you follow exactly the shape you marked, or else you have a wrong shape. Once I got to that point, I raised my presser foot and I continue stitching. So that is how to sew the neckline. Next, we are going to cut on the crease line to the point of the keyhole, but please don't cut it out. Then chop off like this at the edges to help you turn that part. Then you make notches on it like this. Then I'm going to flip all my seams to the part of the facing and top stitch. After top stitching, this is what I got. So on that edge, you fold in this way and fold in that way. That is how I usually turn a sharp edge. So you turn it like this, so you have a very sharp edge for your neckline and the keyhole. So just try this method and thank me later. After turning, I hem the facing as well, and this is what I got for my neckline. We want to sew the shoulder seam line, so you are going to place your fabric right side to right side. This is how you are going to place it. Secure with your pin, then use one of the facings to wrap it up. You use one of the facings and wrap it up. You stitch 1/2 inch. Here the neckline is ready. I open up the seam. So next we are going to hem the sleeve. The sleeve is ready right now. Next we are going to create the back elastic. So to do that, you just put the front dress together. You can see how I'm matching them up. Then you fold in that extension. We are going to take the measurement of what we have from that point to the center front. I got 15 inches in total. Now my belt is 2.5 inches on fold. So you just go ahead and put it together and measure 15 inches. If that is what you got on the dress on fold. Now I'm going to stitch 1/2 inch. After stitching the belt, I try to turn it to the right side. Now I'm going to place the stitching on the center like this, and I will give it a good press. I've gotten my elastic right now. So the elastic, I use 1/4 of my waist plus 3 inches. 1/4 of your waist plus 3 inches. The elastic width is 2 inches. So I'll go ahead to insert the elastic into the casing like this. Once I got to the end of it, I secure with my pin so it does not slip into the casing. Then I went over to the machine to stitch the ends. This is what I got after I'm done with the elastic. Going to place this elastic at the back dress. Please take note, at the back dress. Now we are going to place the elastic at the tip of that extension, making sure the part that has the joining is facing downwards. You can see I faced it downwards, okay? So I'll secure with my pin right here. So the way it's going to lay at the back, that is how I placed it. So I'll secure with my pins, as you can see. After that, we are going to pick up the front dress right now. Flip it right side to right side, making sure you secure the extension first. Now we are going to stitch this way. After pinning, I'm going to stitch on the sleeve half an inch, then go in with 1 inch, then come in by half an inch like that, and 1 inch to the slit point. See how I stitched that extension. Next, we are going to make notches diagonally to ease that part. You really need to make notch on that part so the belt will be free. Then I'll notch on the kimono curve to make that part free too. I'll do the same on this other part. Notch, notch, notch to ease it. Next, I'm going to turn the dress to the right side. I need you to see how it looks on the right side. So this is it. You can see it looks very beautiful. And you can see it's snatching the waistline for the front already. Next, I'm going to hem the slits. You just go ahead and hem your slit very, very nicely. And also hem the down part of this dress. Give it a good press. And this is what it looks after we are done with the dress. We have gradually come to the end of the sewing of this dress. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.